Have you read the new One Piece?
Yeah, I did. I did end up finally reading it.
It's crazy how like we got all this flashback, and this is actually one that I wanted. I usually don't like flashbacks in manga, but this is an important piece of history that we need to know in order to understand what's really going to happen in the next couple chapters. So far right now, Kuma just showed up, maybe with whatever little bit of humanity he has left in him, just a little shred. I don't know, man. I feel like Saturn's just gonna destroy this fool. He's not even a dude. He's a demon, literally. I wouldn't be surprised if he poops devil fruits.
I don't think it's gonna be like a Kaido fight. I don't think it's gonna be anything worse than Kaido. Like, I think Luffy can probably take on Garcia with Kuma and Bonjuri. So it's gonna be those three against Garcia. Yeah, I think Kizaru's probably gonna fuck off somewhere under some order or whatever the case is, you know, just so that way he can give him a fighting chance or pretend to get knocked out or something like that.
Can we talk about Kizaru real quick and how fucking shocking it was just to see him like eating with everybody else, like they're all fucking comrades and shit. Was he just trying to help them out, or he was just ordered to keep watch of her, right? I forgot what his whole role in Kuma and Bonnie was.
I don't know if Kizaru was related in any way other than
No, Kizaru was there, and then Kuma was there, and Bonnie was there, and somebody else was there, and they were all just eating like pals, like fucking Straw Hats would. You see, they're all like chummy with each other, and because of that, there's kind of a character change with Kizaru in like present day. Like regretful, like he has some regret in his face when he's confronting Bonnie and Vegapunk.
Kizaru doesn't really want to go up against Sentomaru.
There you go. Yes, it was Sentomaru they were with.
He also likes Vegapunk because Vegapunk is like kind of like a friend to him. I don't know, like I think that it's clear like Kizaru has like conflict because I feel like he works directly for Garcia. I just kind of get that impression that probably his power probably came from Garcia, just like Bonjuri's power did, and that's why he's like able to directly like tell Kizaru what to do, you know.
I think that's just because he's a celestial, and since he's a marine, it's her basically their word is law.
Well, yeah, he's above that. He's like one of the elders or whatever.
Yeah. So even more so, like don't even look at this dude. I think it's just because he's really loyal, but like you said, he's Sentomaru's uncle and friends with Vegapunk, so like. That I guess that's where some of the like the melancholy is. That's his comrade. That was his friend, and Sentomaru's sort of a loved one. So when Sentomaru pretty much switched sides, like it's I guess it was sad for Kizaru because he don't want to fight this dude. He regrets the pacifistas like sicking him.
He's more inclined to feel like he really wishes that he wouldn't have sided with Vegapunk in this. Part of Kizaru has to believe that he's part of the winning side. That's like the whole thing about the Navy, you know, like we're the good guys. We deliver justice. So for him to know that Garcia already knows that they're going to go over here, they're going to literally kill everybody, and that he's not going to have a choice in whether he gets to save his nephew or not, or his friend or not. He's already like dealt with Luffy. He's already dealt with like Jewelry and like all of that. I don't really think he has any qualms about those two. It's just more or less like the fact that he's being pushed in a position where he's the one that has to get his hands dirty for these two specific people that he didn't want to really like. He didn't really want to hurt.
His whole deal in this was he was supervising the whole project of turning Kuma into a pacifista.
I'm really excited for the next chapter. Now that we're at the flashback,
dude, even Kizaru was fucking dancing. Sorry, but even Kizaru was dancing the fucking Nika song. I feels like all the admirals are just gonna like turn their backs on the Marines.
I wonder if Blackbeard knew that Jewelry was 10.
See, that's what I don't understand, man. I actually went back to read it when she got kidnapped. They put on her the fucking sea stone handcuffs. Do they just stop her from changing her age, or do they like revert her back to her original age?
Yeah, her power would stop working.
But if they put it on when she was, I don't know, whatever age she was, 18, whatever the fucking age is, does that beg the question, like does she stay that way and she can't change when she has the handcuffs on? Does she turn back to normal? She should turn back to normal, right? Like back to her original age.
technically you would be right. That basically just locks her into whatever age that she stopped at. The other thing about from 1103 is, I'm guessing this is like basically going to be her awakening power, is her power isn't really just like an age thing. It's a future thing.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like she can basically change the way that her body reacts based on her futures. So I think it's kind of weird the way that he puts it. It's like the more that you know about the world, like the more that your reality is like more like, I guess, like concrete, anchored. It's like the less that your future works, or like the less futures that you have. And I'm like, I think that's probably going to be some bullshit that she's going to overlook. I'm really hoping that when he turns into Gear 5 in the next chapter, like, she's just gonna freak out.
Yeah, because her power and Luffy both have something to do with the Sun God. It just answered it, like, questions are answered, but like more questions are fucking opening up, dude. It's so good right now. When Kuma was gonna come in and I don't know, fucking punch Saturn, dude, I can already. That's a death flag. Kuma's on his last leg, man. He was just getting bombarded by the Marines, like on his way to Egg Island, and Bonnie's about to do some shit.
Did you see that there are theories about Blackbeard being related to Vegapunk? Yeah, so like, I don't know, I think it was the chapter before last. One of the things that Vegapunk is talking about is that there is like a thing he's trying to develop where like your personalities switch and you basically become a different person. Right now, the theory that I saw on Twitter was basically Blackbeard is Vegapunk's son, and that his body was altered so that he's technically two people and not one person, which means that he can use more than one devil fruit. And it if you think about it, it almost makes sense, because really, really early on when, they talk about Blackbeard, Blackbeard never sleeps. He's got like a really weird body. He did something really weird to his stomach so he can, especially eat something. Really weird, like, quirks that Blackbeard does and that they've mentioned over the series. There are also things like how his personality just totally splits. Like, he just does a total 180. I don't know if you ever remember this, but the very first time that they meet Blackbeard, Luffy goes into the bar and he sits next to Blackbeard.
Oh, yeah.
And Blackbeard's drinking rum at the bar next to Luffy. He's talking about how much he really, really likes this rum. Like, he loves it. But then after everything is said and done, right, when we see Blackbeard again and he's just like, walking along and drinking, he talks about how much the rum tastes like shit. And he's like, this is like the most terrible rum that he's ever tasted. So there are like moments where he just kind of goes backwards. He just kind of flips like a switch.
That's wild. That's actually believable too, because it's, like I said, if, like, a lot of us probably solved the One Piece already before fucking Oda already drew it out, so I won't rule anything out at this point. This made me laugh. So there's a bunch of GTA Reddits, right? I follow an online one where it's just people like they're just memeing, showing the kind of dumb shit you could do in Los Santos. And they made a new subreddit when GTA 6 came out, the trailer for it.
Mm-hmm.
That subreddit became like Reddit again and saying like, yo, this is for serious posts. Go make another subreddit for all your fucking shit posts, because there were shit posts. So there's another one called GTA 6 _new. And man, the meme that's going on is astounding, dude. Oh my god. It starts from darkness, okay? There was a post, like, this is the first one I've seen of this kind of meme, that, like, the precursor of, like, what's going on right now. So in the very beginning, average Redditor neckbeard just like posts on the new GTA 6 subreddit. He puts, "Do you guys think there'll be rape in GTA 6?" And then from there you can already tell, like, everybody's like, "Yo, what the fuck? Who let this guy in and shit?" and all that. And then there's other people that are like kind of get the joke, but we don't know if it's a joke or some shit because there's no whatever. This guy just said something completely unhinged. And everybody's like, whoa! So after that, it just bloomed into something beautiful, dude. Now everybody is chipping in and adding on to the posts.
Is it just a whole bunch of "will GTA 6 do this" memes?
Exactly, yeah. Will GTA 6 add racism back to the game? Do you think out-of-state license plates will be in GTA 6? Should GTA 6 be set in Vice City? Nah, that's a good question. Do you think we'll have drunk driving NPCs in GTA 6? Oh, this one's a good one. This is kind of my favorite. Do you think my dad will come back if I buy GTA 6? Dude, it's so good. Like, some of these are actually legitimate. Like, do you think you will be able to kill Klansmen in GTA 6? And that, I'm like, you know what? I could do that again.
I'm sorry,
like,
I think
we did that in Red Dead.
I think that might be a serious question because we did see a trailer where that had the Klansmen.
Yeah, there's another one. Like, do you think pizza delivery will make a comeback? I'm like, I wouldn't mind a couple pizza delivery missions on the little fucking scooter. Then it just goes back to, well, we have to clean our pools in GTA 6. Like, god damn it, dude. I really hope they bring back Jim and gaining weight from San Andreas. See, now that's legitimate, because that's fucking... I like that gimmick in San Andreas when you could fucking work out.
Or you could just get super fat. Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't really follow it, but like every once in a while it shows me, because it's like, you like GTA Online, you might like this one, whatever. Will Rockstar be brave enough to let players artificially inseminate rare shrimps in a lab setting?
What the fuck?
And they posted a picture of the mantis shrimp, dude. Out of the meme, they make actual legitimate questions like, what should be the next GTA? And because of that, of course, they made more subreddits. GTA 7, GTA 8. Gosh. Can't stop.
Let me see.
Can't stop these people.
They've done New York. They just did Los Angeles.
Somebody said Chicago, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Chicago or Michigan or something, you know. Yeah, I think you can find a lot of fucked up shit in Texas. You can definitely make It would make sense either that or New Mexico. Maybe a lot of like cartel stuff. That makes sense to me.
But will they add sex in GTA 6? It just shows a lot of hype for the next game in series, and then for the game after that in the series, and after that, it took Rockstar long enough for 6 to come out. Like when I heard there was a Super Saiyan 8, I lost my shit. Then I grew up. There was no such thing.
One thing that I saw, I think it just came out recently, they're making a version 2 for the DualSense controller. So I think this is going to be like a $90 controller. So it's still cheaper than the PlayStation Pro. The battery life on the controller is going to last a lot longer from what I'm told. So typically like what a PS5 DualSense controller, probably from start to finish, will last you about like 6 hours. This is supposed to be like double that. The controller is $90, but it's supposed to guarantee you like half a day's worth of gameplay before you need to charge it again. One thing that I did like about the new look, the buttons also light up.
That's not good for battery life. Come on, Sony.
But how much would that really take up? Like, it's an LED.
Okay, Sony. I do want RGB in my buttons. You got me. I'm back in. I don't have much issue with the battery life or anything like that. And I'm on this shit like almost all day. So that pretty much says anything. But then again, like I don't charge it constantly. I actually let it die and then just recharge it again, just so I don't get any spicy pillows. Or I don't let it die. I let it like send me the notification, or like when the status bar is blinking. But yeah, like dude, I still have a red PS5 controller like still in the box too. So I don't know. V2, we'll see. Like I'll wait until like one of us gets it, or one of the YouTube channels I watch get it, so like they could review it. I don't think I'll look for a review video per se for this. More like I'll watch somebody who actually bought one and is using it and is actually playing on stream or whatever. Usually chat, or they will say like, yeah, this controller's pretty good, or this controller sucks, dude. And that's pretty much where I get my my reviews. I don't know. I'm looking at it again, and I'm kind of like, if I didn't have another controller, I'd probably buy it. As of right now, like I have too many controllers.
I was wrong about the lights thing too. It looks like it's just a color that's coming out later this month. It's a gray color. But it does look like the buttons are lit up a little bit. Instead of like black lines, it's white lines. Same thing with the D-pad. It has like white arrows instead of black arrows because it's all gray. Or silver, sorry.
I need a black controller.
Pay like the $8 or $12 to get the little silicone sleeve. Because I'm telling you, when I be playing trials or comp, like I get so sweaty, bro. It's not sweaty in a good way. It's just like, I don't want to die. It's fucking crazy. Oh, since we were talking about those PS5 controllers, by the way, did you see Sony's working with Honda to make a car that you can drive with a PlayStation controller?
Sony X Honda? The Afeela?
Put it on your PlayStation credit card, you know?
Fuck, you can buy gas with your PlayStation credit card, dude? Fuck. I know, dude. Danny should be the first.
Danny, if you don't get this, like, what's wrong with you, bro?
See, GTA has trained me to fucking drive a car with the controller. This ain't no submarine. This is actual DualSense. This ain't no Logitech.
Bro, if you watch the video too, the steering wheel is one of those, like, it's almost like those racing ones where it's not a full circle. It's like the half bars.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah, dude.
They just kind of like made like a real luxurious like Wii racing with the steering wheel.
Oh, you could play Fortnite while you're driving? I'm in.
Bro, you dude, cannot play anything while you're driving because you're driving.
I'm not a fan of how Tesla looks with the Afeela. Maybe it's because it says Sony fucking slapped on it, and I'm a fan of Honda. It runs Microsoft though, dude. Look at that. Sony and Microsoft shaking hands.
For like the last few days, I was stuck on in the Game Boy Advance emulator. One of the games that they put on there, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
Beautiful. That's a classic.
I was stuck on this game again for like the first time in like probably 10 years or more. Like I had to relive every single aspect of this game, and I'm telling you, as an adult, the game is still fucking hard. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Fuck, man. I remember having the hardest time just trying to get all the colors 100%ing of one file, dude. Because
exactly,
100% Nightmare in Dreamland, and that was awesome. I loved it. Then you could play the Meta Knight, it was awesome. But then, like, once Amazing Mirror came out, they added so much more shit. I'm like, where the hell is everything? And there are so many doors, and there are so many ways to open these doors. Dude, some of these doors you can't even open because you have to go back and grab another power. But in order to get that power up, you gotta get another power up to open another door.
Yep, you gotta find all the powers. You gotta, like, there are these enemies. I don't know if you remember. They're called Jiwas or Jira, something like that. It's like an enemy that ate the door. And like if you don't like hit it far away enough, if you're like too close to it, it'll hide underground, and you have to like basically leave the room and come back. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like that shit was fire. But I would say the best part is, you know, of course you're used to playing those games by yourself. They have like this feature in these emulators where you can play with more than one person. That game was a 4-player Kirby game. And like I'm just dying to play to see what other games that they come out with that are gonna be multiplayer.
Like online multiplayer or like not split screen, but like local?
Online multiplayer.
Oh,
you can do local multiplayer too, actually.
Game changer.
You can do both. So like for the Amazing Mirror, like obviously, you know, we don't have to be in the same room with each other. It's just like how the game works, you know, regularly. All of the Kirbys are going to go to separate areas, and you could just do whatever you want in one area. We can call each other.
This is free roam co-op.
Kirby and the Amazing Mirror really was the first. I think honestly it was the first free roam co-op of its time, and it was on Game Boy. It was a mobile game. Didn't need Wi-Fi to play it. We were just
good times,
dude. Mobile games were so ahead of its time back in the day, bro.
It'll be a matter of time before like even our phones for like mobile games will need fucking launchers to launch a game.
Oh my god! Yeah, actually, you're not even wrong.
We know how
about
that shit is, dude.
I think that was. I honestly think that when Diablo came out, it had a launcher. Like I'm not 100% sure, but I tried that Diablo game for mobile when it first came out, and I'm almost pretty sure that thing had some sort of launcher in it.
Yeah, these games are fun, and you play what you play what you want to play. You know, just be prepared of the bullshit, because just because you have bought that game. And I'm not even talking about like mobile anymore. It could be like any other one. Just be prepared to not be able to play that game when you have it. It's just annoying. It's just you have it by name. These are NFTs, dude. Games are NFTs. Like you buy it, you have the rights to it. You just can't sell it, or you can sell it but at a diminished value. But the game still exists. I don't know, man. Offline gaming is a different time now. Like with Starfield, I just bought I just got the EXE for it. There's no launcher for anything. I just click and then it runs. It's not an online game, and I'm pretty sure me playing it doesn't register on like the actual stats of people playing it. But it is what it is. It's whatever. I wanted to play it because I wanted to see if I would like it. I liked it, but I didn't like it that much to buy it. that's a truth though. Like a lot of people just buy the game right away just because it's a big name, only to have it like suck shit, like just to be shitty as fuck because the servers aren't working and you can't even fucking load into the map. Like that one game, what was it? The day before, the one that existed for like 2 weeks. Yeah, wise men once told me that like you don't have to pre-order and you don't have to buy it right away. Just wait till somebody that you trust play it. If you don't want to play it right away, but you want to check it out and it's interesting to you, wait till somebody else plays it that you know and that whose opinion you actually value.
Yeah,
and not just some schmo you found on YouTube. Like actually somebody you know, you follow, and they actually like to play, that you actually like to listen to, because they might have same opinions as you, or they might have based opinions. Who knows? Just put that trust into somebody else, and like if you like what they say about the game, then buy the game. But yeah, you know, like the backlog is, and I think it's still growing too, because there are games that I think are coming out, or there are games that have came out that I wanted to play. Like I wanted to play Jedi Survivor, Spider-Man. So yeah, you know, like once Destiny's clear, probably get more serious and diving into the rest of this. Maybe finally platinum Skyrim. I'm sure I have like a couple of trophies left. No, I platinumed it for the PS4. Yeah, I got a platinum for the PS5. Yeah, so there's still a lot to do. I'm pretty sure there's some on YouTube.
You're actually super lucky that you get to play that game again. I think I platted the PS5 version of Skyrim. There's just nothing more soothing than just like making a character, skipping the fucking cutscene, or not cutscene, but the tutorial till you get out, and then just standing still for hours, just listening to that fucking overworld music. I wanted to get into the studio that made New Vegas, The Outer Worlds. I wanted to try that game too.
Yeah.
The Game of the Year edition goes on sale pretty frequently in on PlayStation Store. I remember when this game came out, I would watch people do speedruns. Just like Fallout 3, if your intelligence is really low, you sound like a fucking idiot.
Nice.
It's so great. And you're already in space, man. That's like, can you just imagine?
How'd you get out there with that fucking intelligence, dude? That's so great.
My god.
That's fucking great. That's great. That one, like when that one first came out, I thought that one piqued my interest too, because it just reminded me of New Vegas. And then when they said, "Yeah, New Vegas people made it," I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
They're making a sequel to The Outer Worlds. Now they're making a second one.
Oh damn!
So it's a wrap, dude. I think that's another game to put in the backlog right there. I saw this shit today. Game Shark. Well, technically, formerly Game Shark.
Beloved name in the business of cheats.
Yeah, back in the day, you know, if you were born in the 90s, you will definitely know what a Game Shark was. So Game Shark is coming back. They had changed their name to a different company. They were AI Shark, and they're planning on bringing back the name brand Game Shark. And it's supposedly going to launch around the same time that Nintendo's new console is going to release, the Switch 2. When they told everybody that it was going to release around the time that Nintendo is going to come out with its next console, Nintendo still never told anybody when they were going to do that. Yeah, so people are kind of speculating that because of this, because they said that that's going to happen maybe sometime around September, that now that we know, we have an actual date, or like at least Q3 for the Nintendo 2 coming out.
That's fine, Nintendo 2. Yeah, you could just go ahead and say that. Keep saying that.
No, I hate it. I hate that fucking name. For them to actually move forward by calling it the Nintendo Switch 2 really, really grinds my gears. Because they could have done what they always done and just called it the Super Nintendo Switch. If they make another variation of the Switch, if there's going to be a Switch 3, then they can just do what they did with the 3DS. Then just call it the new Super Nintendo Switch. This reminds me of Pokemon Black and White, where the very first time in the series, where they just stopped trying and they're just like, fuck it, just call it Black and White 2.
I wish Danny was here, dude. Because like he fucking, I want to say that like in the Pokemon manga, when it was like Black and White, I'm not sure, but like I think the new characters after the Black and White arc ended, I think the characters' names were actually Black 2 and White 2. I could be bullshitting.
All right, let me Google this.
Fact check me real quick. So I'm reading it off the wiki. So in English, Black 2 and White 2, the characters for Black 2 and White 2 is Blake and Whitley. But in Japan, it was Black 2 and White 2.
They're not even the same fucking people. I'm looking at the cover now for Black and White 2. They're not the same guy and girl.
This is one of those times that I wish I was wrong, because this is just it's Pokemon, so it has to be silly. But this is just crossing the line, dude. I've seen Arbok get chopped in half, but you can't think of another name besides Black 2 and White 2.
He was a high-ranked member of the International Police and was ranked as Inspector. His code name for the International Police is Black Number 2.
That sounds like something I would write.
I literally fucking can't. I can't believe I was so into these games as a kid.
Yeah, Red's a cool name. I think I stopped reading at Black and White. I think it's because I was caught up, honestly. And then they just kept like, no, I'm sorry. We couldn't find, me and Danny couldn't find translations for the rest of the manga. And then Danny found it one day, but I was already gone. And I think he's the one who told me about Black 2 and White 2. And then I'm like, I'm glad I stopped reading.
It's really one of those things, especially because it's still going. It technically doesn't count as part of our childhood anymore if it doesn't end with our childhood. Like, we're full-grown adults. Like, Ash only just barely retired last year. Like, they got pretty far in what they wanted to do with the series as a whole. This I understand. The same thing with the games, right? Because the whole point was, how can we basically keep using this and keep getting kids interested, not just the people who were already with us from the beginning. I don't doubt that they do a good job with some of their games, especially the newest ones that recently came out. Like, I think that they were good. This story, like this I wouldn't find this captivating. Not as much as like some of the things that really matter. Like, again, like if we take Ash Ketchum, like I wanted to see things like Ash versus Red or Ash's dad. You know, when's the next time he's going to see Ho again after the first episode? Like things like that. You know what I mean? Like think special things. Going
off of that, I think I just read the manga just because I think I was like really hyped all the way up to like Emerald, and then I was falling off in Diamond and Pearl because the last games that I played was literally like, I think it was Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then Emerald, and I think Emerald was like the last one I played. Yeah, so like after that I read Diamond and Pearl, but like I kind of didn't know what was happening because I didn't play the games, you know, so I was kind of just absorbing it for what it was, but it wasn't, I don't think it was hitting as well as the other ones were. I knew who these characters were, and I can compare like the world to like the one in the games, and it was pretty cool while it was happening. I really enjoyed it. If you didn't play the games, you probably wouldn't like appreciate what's happening.
I haven't met too many people who have gotten into Pokemon without delving into both. You know, like somebody who only watched the anime and still liked Pokemon versus somebody who only played the games and still liked Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's usually a combination of both. I don't think I've ever met anybody that's only liked Pokemon from one or the other. But who am I to judge, man? Because I was a weird kid that liked Digimon.
I will say, I did have that Tamagotchi Digimon. That shit was baller. I had the blue one. I think I had Beemon's Digivice.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. The Digivices. Those things are dope.
Yeah, those were legit. I fucking took that shit everywhere. And then when I found another kid who had one, me and him became best friends.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Digimon, man. It brings people together.
See, it's different, right? With Digimon, I was like, we both had Digivices, we became best friends, right? With Pokemon, we both said who our favorite Pokemon was. Then we started using the names. We started using the fucking the attack moves on each other. Fucking this one kid used Rock Slide and he just threw rocks at me. I think I used Struggle without knowing because I just didn't know what to do.
The way that the Game Shark is going to work now, based off what I read, it's going to basically start like walking you through the game. It's trying to incorporate AI in the AI Shark for when you use the Game Shark, that it's going to basically outline what you should do effectively, like the most optimized strategy, I guess, for whatever it is that you're trying to do. I'm not sure if it's going to like something like we can cater to if we're trying to speedrun a game, like, okay, show me the most viable route, and it kind of like uses AI to kind of power through a strat for you, or if it'll update in real time as it realizes what's going on in your game. I can only kind of guess how these things are going to work. Things like this is like something you definitely have to be shown, right? Just talking about it in itself doesn't really give us a lot of clarification on how this would work moving forward, especially since it's not ever going to be like how it used to be. Like, we're never going to go back to like being able to have God mode turned on for these games and still get trophies at the same time. Like, it just doesn't work that way anymore.
Thanks for listening. If we have questions, we have answers. Unversedpodcast@gmail.com. Bye.